The streets are buzzing. New York Knicks, 6 in a row. MSG was buzzing as Tyler Kolek, man, put in work. 42 points in the G League, 11 points with the big club. What a day it was, man. But the New York Knicks, 32-point beatdown, standing on business, no injury to report. And the New York Knicks are just half a game back of the Boston Celtics, man. Welcome in to the recap, Sunday to Thursday. Next day recap, live stream Friday, Saturday. Welcome in, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. New York Knicks, man. This is the time of year where you just got to stand on business, man. These ain't the prettiest performances, but the Knicks did what they needed to do, man. The first quarter was a 5-point lead. Knicks got out to an okay start, not great, but the second quarter they turned it on against one of the worst teams we've ever seen, man, the Washington Generals. But Tyler Kolek had himself a performance overall, man. Karl-Anthony Towns, standout performance. The Knicks dominated on the glass, man. Doubled the Wizards in the rebounding. Shot over 50% from downtown. 32 assists, as well as Clarkson continues to make a statement, being back in this rotation. A nice performance from Mo Diawara. Great to see him hit some shots and get some confidence back. Jalen Brunson, man, with light work. And Josh Hart came back in. Landry Shamet still out with the knee injury. Doesn't appear to be serious, but I think, where could we start, man? The biggest story, I think, going with the Knicks is Karl-Anthony Towns, man. If we're going to win this championship, Karl-Anthony Towns' recent play, man, gives a lot of people optimism, right? Because he's peaking, man, at the right time, right part of the season. And Karl-Anthony Towns has turned the corner, man. He's putting in an all-NBA type season, especially with this late finish in a flurry, man. We'll take a look at the standings. As I said, the Knicks are just half a game back of Boston, man. The second seed is well and truly on, man, as the Knicks only got 10 games left, right? We are 72 down, 47 and 25 on the season, right? So the Knicks, I think, will probably win another 6, 7 more games, and they can get to 53, 54, maybe even the double nickel, 55. We'll break down the schedule, man, later in this recap. But look, like I said, the biggest thing is just to escape with no injuries. There was some extended garbage time. We're going to bring up some Jeremy Sohan highlights, but we're looking at the Karl-Anthony Towns show, 26 and 16, right? Absolutely dominant on the glass all season. And the Knicks shot 90% from the foul line as well. Cat was 70% shooting in just 26 minutes. So light work from Cat. And look, with Brunson not, playing at his optimal self offensively, it is, providing an opportunity for other guys to really showcase what they can do and, step up, right? And Karl-Anthony Towns has done that, man, especially over the last 20, 25, after the All-Star break. Cat's putting in a phenomenal half a season or third of a season. Still not, you still feel like, I feel like it's not at the point where he can play even better. And especially with we talked about this offense all season, and the Knicks needing to get downhill quicker and recognize Cat as the trailer or get him in down low in the paint quicker. But there you see, man, defensive player of the game, Big Bodega. Good vibes all around, man. I'm feeling good. Right, a win is a win. Yeah, a lot of people try to downplay certain performances where you know you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Right, you're playing against teams that you should be beaten by 100 points, but the playoffs are around the corner, man, and you don't want guys playing more than 30 minutes. So a 32-point win, man, I'll take it. As Tyler Kolek, man, and Deuce McBride holding up the 53. So historic night overall from the sophomore man out of Marquette. Can we get a hashtag Tyler Hive popping right now? Because I think we've got a special player, man, in Tyler Kolek, only in his second season. Had some huge moments this season, man. NBA Cup, Christmas Day. This one is just another one in the collection, man. 53 points in a day, albeit 42 points with the Westchester Knicks. 11 points on 3 of 3 from downtown and 4 of 4 from the field in 5 minutes to close this game out in style. But, right, yeah, these are the games you're going to remember, man, as a pro. Tyler Kolek, man, young in his NBA career. So shout out to TKO on the day, man. NBA social media account's been showing him a lot of love. So Knicks Nation, big up for Tyler Kolek. We're buzzing. And Cat, man, we'll get another game ball. For me, he's racking them up, man. We will do a tally towards the end of the season, man. See who got the most amount of game balls. But overall, man, I mean, what else is there to say in this one, right? 32 assists, light work. So Cat only played 26 minutes, Bridges 29, JB 28 on 9 of 19 from the field, right? He had 4 dimes, plus 24. Bridges was the highest in the plus minus. He played the most minutes. OG, uh, quiet night, 4 turnovers, only 7 field goal attempts. But, OG Anunoby was a plus 13, and I didn't need to play more than 30 in this one. Great to have Hart back. Obviously, he put in a great performance as well. 6 rebounds on 16 points, plus 24 as well, as the Knicks racked up 145, the second highest scoring game of their season. The first one being the Utah Jazz earlier at MSG. But some unsung heroes. Let's talk about Mitch. 10 rebounds, like I said, to add with Cat 16, right? Dominating the glass. The Knicks doubled the Wizards rebounding. But Alvarado, right? 8 assists, solid from Alvarado. It's great to see him hit a couple of threes. Jordan Clarkson as well, right? 4 of 6, 22 minutes, right? Because of no Shamet Diawara still in that rotation right now with Clarkson. So that is noteworthy. 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from downtown, man. So our guy Mo got the stroke, right? Ladies and gentlemen, as Jalen Brunson and co, right, rained buckets on the Wizards, right? A lot of these games, man, are get right type performances, but we've got the Pelicans, the Hornets, OKC, Houston coming up. So the fun is, pretty much going to be over in a minute now. And these guys really need to get more serious in terms of their approach, but they're handling their business. I can't be mad at it. Right, Tyler Kolek, man, not 11 points in 5 minutes, 53 on the day, right? Earlier in the day at the Westchester County Center, and then making the trek over to MSG, man. What a day for him. But look, 14.6 assists from Mikal Bridges, 29 minutes, led the team in the plus minus, like I said. But we're going to look, ahead to some of these tougher games coming up. Pelican, Charlotte, I think are going to be a lot tougher. As you see, Cat and OG, man, the bench and the MSG crowd was loving that encore from TKO in the final 5 minutes, man. The vibes were all the way up in this one, man. It was a laugher, right, to get right. Jeremy Sohan even had his bucket too. We had JC find Sohan on a pretty feed, right, on this one, on a broken play, and Sohan getting in some mop-up duty as well. He's out of the rotation right now. But look, Shamet, Deuce, McBride will be back real soon. Very excited to have Deuce McBride back. And I can't wait, right? With Tyler Kolek showing what he can do. Clarkson, again, we praised him a lot recently and for staying ready. Diawara still looking like a contributor, man, in the playoffs in a rookie season would be special. So yeah, how are we going to divvy up these minutes, fam? Well, first and foremost, we can make our predictions, but let's wait till Deuce McBride actually gets back, because that's really going to dictate where Mike Brown is going to go, in my opinion. With just 10 games remaining, I'd like to think Deuce McBride is going to get in at least 3 maybe 4, maybe 5 games. He's inching closer. He's taking contact, practicing. Deuce McBride, man, is going to be back in that Knicks uni real soon, man. Coming to a screen near you is Deuce McBride and the Rainbow Magnet Ball. I can't wait. Um, Look, Tyler Hive, I know Johnny Chiba and Nick's Buzz fam. A lot of guys really high on Tyler. Um, Look, he's just a consummate pro, man, in his sophomore season. Obviously, 5 years out of Marquette, or 4 or 5 years in college. So, he's already a seasoned kind of vet right now, a pro in this sport. Tyler looks ready to go for next season, man. I'm excited. Now, he might not get many minutes when it comes to the postseason, but I can be damn sure and trusting him. If a guy needs to sit or foul trouble or an injury, knock on wood, we have a guy like Tyler there, man, as the 10th, 11th, 12th man. And especially next season, man, I expect a bigger role, man. Look, we're going to find out when the playoffs take part. Maybe Alvarado ain't going to be that guy that we desperately need to bring back. Because let's not forget, the Knicks do need to allocate the funds to bring back Michi, re-sign Mo Diawara, number one, number two priority in my opinion. Look, Deuce has still got one more year, but maybe you can try to reach an extension with him. Depends what happens with the Giannis deal as well. Clarkson's on a vet minimum, so he'll be looking for a bigger bag. So, look, in my crystal ball, I see a major role for Tyler Kolek next season. There's been so many nights this season where he's looked ready. Now, 82 games, sophomore season. I still think he's had a couple of ups and downs, but real young in his NBA career. So, I think next season is going to be the real breakout. This season's kind of been the mini breakout, but I do think next season, man, is going to be the major breakout for Tyler. But yeah, like I said, the minutes and how they're going to be divvied up is going to be dependent on, how Deuce looks when he gets back. I think it's integral Deuce gets in 5, 4, 3 games at least of the regular season, man. A tune-up so that he can let the world know, right, who forgot what he can do, right? And Deuce looks ready right now. It's been a slow process, the rehabilitating, but thank God we have a deep squad, man. We made it through for the most part, almost at the finish line, man. But look, I'm excited for the business part of the season right now because basically our New York Knicks are 10 games away from hosting game one, man, NBA playoffs, man. This is why we're fans, man, for this time of year. Get excited for our team, ladies and gentlemen. Um, and look, Mike Brown could go a number of different ways. We've got a deeper rotation than we did last season. The East, I think, is weaker still than last season, even though, guys like Jason Tatum's come back, but obviously Detroit's stronger. I do think Cleveland's probably a little stronger for the postseason. And look, let's go through it now with these games coming up, and we'll take a look at the standings as the Knicks are hot on the heels of the Boston Celtics, fam. Now, we can confirm to y'all, regardless of what happens in that Boston game on April 9, the New York Knicks have already clinched the tiebreaker against Boston, right? Because they lead 2-1 already, right? The final game doesn't really mean anything in terms of the tiebreaker because even if Boston win, it finishes 2-2, and the Knicks have the third tiebreaker, which is division record, which is basically the Knicks solidified that with the beatdown last game against Brooklyn, right? So the Knicks will finish ahead of Boston if they finish on the same record, right? Obviously, if Boston finish ahead of the Knicks in wins and losses, they'll get the second seed. But if records all equal, the Knicks will finish ahead of Boston, right? Just half a game back. So Pelicans, Charlotte, Thunder, Houston, Chicago, ATL, Boston, Raptors, Charlotte once again, right? So my prediction is I'm going to say the Knicks win the next two. I'm going to say the Knicks beat the Pelicans and they narrowly beat the Charlotte Hornets in a close game. So, right. So that'll take us to 49 wins. Oklahoma, Houston, I'm going to say we split. right? I'm gonna say we lose closely to Oklahoma, another close game, and then we beat Houston, man, for the 50th win in Houston, Texas, right? And then we've got Chicago, month of April, ATL, right? Chicago, ATL. ATL's playing good ball right now, so for the sake of it, I'm going to say the Knicks still win both Chicago and ATL, right? So that's 52 with 3 remaining, fam. Is the double nickel 55? Is it on, man? I went 56 in my preseason prediction, but well, I'm not going to sneeze over it, considering the Deuce injury and injuries to Cat, OG, and Brunson and Hart throughout the season, Mitch on load management and all of that, man. I think it's been a solid regular season, right? Some inconsistencies that we could have done without, but we learned a lot about ourselves. I feel like, and Mike Brown has a really good understanding now of what each player is capable of, right? With other guys having their numbers called, man, and stepping up. And so to round it out with 3 remaining, fam, I'm going to say we beat Boston as well, right? Raptors Chicago, Raptors Charlotte, right? Who knows which guys are going to rest, right? Tibbs wouldn't rest anyone, but we don't know if Mike Brown's going to rest someone in those Boston, Toronto, Charlotte ones. They might be dead rubbers. I think the Knicks will be mindful of having a week off with these play-in type games, fam. And so will they want, no, they don't want too much rust. So I do think that the Knicks will probably play limited minutes, but they'll probably play all these games, fam. So I'm going to finish on 54, 55. I think it's real possible. I think we probably only lose 2 more, if that. Who knows? Maybe we can shock the world in Oklahoma, man. That'll be a great statement right before the playoffs, man. They might even sit Shea. They might even sit some people too. We don't know. But either way, man, I don't care who suits up in that one, man. I want our New York Knicks to come correct in that OKC game, especially Houston on the road too, and the Boston one. So 3 more games I'm looking at for a real playoffs tune-up. It's the OKC one. Uh, Look, you could talk about Charlotte too. That is on the road. The crowd there is going to be full of Knicks fans. Also, man, I think the atmosphere is going to be buzzing in that one. So Charlotte, OKC, Houston, and Boston. I think we've got 3, maybe 4 more games where we can get a playoff type feel and hopefully some high level competition before we maybe put the Q in the rack to round out this make or break regular season, heading into a make or break postseason, fam. Tyler Kolek with a historic day as a Knick. Karl-Anthony Towns making his claim for a 2nd or 3rd team All NBA. Josh Hart, welcome back to him with 16 points, solid game from Hart, man. And look, in this Oklahoma game, I'm going to be looking at Mikal Bridges, right? He had a great performance in OKC last season, and I'm looking for Wingstop OG to have a big performance in OKC. But 2 big ones coming up, man. 1 more at home, Pelicans, and then, like I said, man, in Charlotte for that one, right? So we bring up the standings right now, and the Celtics and the Knicks, man, it's still possible, very possible, to catch the Detroit Pistons, man. Pistons have a couple of tougher games coming up, but no Cade, as we know, with the collapsed lung. So we'll wait and find out how the Pistons close out this season. But the Celtics and the Knicks, man, right there. And like I said, that matchup, that final one to end the season, could be, a 2nd, 3rd round playoff preview. Knicks Celtics, just half a game between the two on the same amount of wins. The Knicks have really put daylight between us and the Cavaliers now too. So I'm not really sweating losing the 3rd seed. I do think that the New York Knicks will be 2nd or 3rd right now. And as we get closer, man, we'll start to talk about the potential matchups, right? Scenarios, who could fall, who could rise up. But look, right now, man, anyone below the Knicks, I'm not ducking. whether it be Cavaliers, Raptors, Hawks, Sixers, Magic, Hornets make the play-in, Heat, you name it, man. I think, look, in a season where we want to win the chip, man, you can't be picking and choosing, man. We need to just knock off whoever's in front of us. That's the mindset. That's the attitude that you've got to have. And overall, man, 31-15 in the conference, 26-9 at home, man. Look, that's probably been the highlight of the season so far. With 10 games remaining, the Knicks have not played around, man, at Madison Square Garden. 26-9 is phenomenal. Hopefully we can make it 27-9, beating the Pelicans, man. I don't know the status of Zion coming into that one, but Trey Murphy and those dudes, Herb Jones and that, they're always ready to lock down. 20-16 away. I would like a couple more statement road wins, man, before we close the book on this regular season, man. Let us know how you're feeling in the comment section, man. Hit that like button, man, if you enjoy the recaps and the live stream content, man. My work schedule's changed, but I'm going to promise to deliver these recaps, man, Sunday to Thursday, live stream post games, Friday, Saturday games as well. The playoffs, man, will be locking in. Best believe that. But yeah, if the Knicks can get a statement road win in Houston and in OKC, that would be excellent, man, to close this season out, right? And I'll see everyone for the recap, man, on Wednesday morning after the Tuesday night game against the Pels, man. But the Knicks, 6 in a row, continue to put in work right now. And looky here, the Knicks have the longest win streak in the East, right? Pistons are tied with 3 wins in a row. Cavaliers 3 wins, and Hornets 3 wins in a row as well. But the Knicks doubled everyone with 6 wins in a row with this light schedule, man. But it just goes to show how solid, man, the Knicks did earlier in the season with this tough schedule, heavy lifting, right? Where so many Knicks fans were crashing out over, the Knicks not, looking more, you know, looking more fly in these wins. Some of these wins were underwhelming, but it was a tough part of the schedule where the Knicks were playing more games than a lot of teams with a tougher schedule now. The New York Knicks have a chance to finish with 55 wins on the season, man. Would be one of our greatest regular season um, sort of win totals, man, in a long, long time. Obviously, we know the 54 win season of 2013, last few years having that success as well, but 55 would be solid. And let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. See you on the next one, man. Peace.